Your Honor, sorry I was late.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll go through each of you. Ms. Laura, did you go over your constitutional rights with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you get to speak up loud and clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign and date this form?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand if you enter a plea of no contest, for the court, it's the same as a guilty plea. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
It's the same. And what's the purpose of a no contest?
Civil liability.
All right. Ma'am, you understand that if you enter a plea, this is an assault and battery, it's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500 plus court costs and statutory fees. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you understand if you enter a plea, you'll be waiving these trial rights that are listed on this form.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you're on probation or parole and you enter a plea of guilty, it could be a violation of your conditions. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you're not a citizen of the United States and you enter a plea of guilty, it could have immigration consequences up to deportation. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it Miss De La Torre?
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor.
Okay. Did you go over your constitutional rights with your attorney that are outlined on this advice rights form?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand your rights?
I sure did.
Did you sign and date this form?
I did, Your Honor.
Again, you understand that if you enter a plea, I've already advised you of the statutory maximum. If you enter the plea, you'd be waiving your right.
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. And you understand that if you're on probation or parole and you enter a plea of guilty, it could be a violation of your conditions.
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you're not a citizen of the United States and you enter a plea of guilty, it could have immigration consequences up to deportation. You understand that?
I understand that.
Your Honor, we also put on record that even though you both are entitled to have your own lawyers, you had no objection to me representing both of you, is that correct?
Correct. Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And there were no antagonistic defenses?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And the plea being offered is under statute 771.1. I assume your attorney explained to you what that would mean. Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And that would be for a period of 12 months. So you'd have a probationary period of 12 months. You understand that?
Correct, Your Honor.
And neither of you would be eligible for early termination because it's an assaultive crime. It's considered a serious misdemeanor. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Knowing all of that, we have to go through these one at a time. Miss Laura, knowing all of that, how do you plead to the charge of assault and battery?
No contest.
Has anyone forced you to get you to plead?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything to get you to plead?
No.
Are you pleading guilty of your own free will? You are grown women, grown-ups. Are you embarrassed by this?
Yes, Your Honor.
You two should be mortified.
Your Honor, can I say something?
No.
Yeah, I don't think you should. If you're gonna say anything other than you have
Sorry.
remorse for this,
I do, but I wanted to say
No.
something on behalf of my mom.
listen,
No.
listen to your lawyer. All right, so it certainly establishes a factual basis. And listen, the world is nasty and people say nasty things, okay? And I recognize that. I read what some could be, that everyone should think is an offensive statement that was made. But you can only control, listen. Someone told me this a long time ago. I still try and heed this advice and it's hard. Okay. But someone said to me a long time ago, because I'm a little high strung and sensitive. Okay. Someone told me, and it was good advice. I can't control what people say or what they do. All I can control is my reaction to it. Right. And in the current climate in this country, people say nastier things than they would have said previously, right? Because they think they have a platform to do it now. That doesn't make what they say right, but for two grown women to react the way you did is unacceptable. Okay. And I mean, I'm finding there's a factual basis for the plea, but you have to, especially with what we're dealing with right now, you too, it's sad to say, you're gonna have to grow some thick skin, right? And I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. But I think it's the reality of the type of things that are happening in this country right now. And you have to understand that violent reactions are never the right thing to do, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go high.
Yes.
You can't, and you guys don't have criminal histories, right? No trouble ever. Something just popped you off. But your reaction to what happened is not acceptable. I mean, it's just not. And you can't do this. You can't act like this. And you know, when people have negative opinions of you for whatever reason, whether it's right or wrong, when you react like this, you're giving them see, this is why, right? This is why they act that way. This is why we should be able to say things like this. Like, you have got to always remember that how you hold yourself out is like, that's a reflection of you. Whatever other people say or do is a reflection of them. How you react is a reflection of you. The complaining witness was present today. She's left. So, I mean, we've got the please, Mr. Gazicki, there's 12 months of probation. I mean, based on the lack of criminal history, I don't know that they would have reporting probation. I don't know that what terms the probation department might want. I'm inclined, unless you object, to give them both a 12-month period of non-reporting probation.
I have no objection with that, Your Honor.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna do an immediate sentencing, okay? Ms. De La Torre, you have a fine of 100, costs of 100, crime victims' rights fee of 75, state assessment of 50, for a total of $325, plus you have a non-reporting probation fee. I can never remember the number off the top of my head, and that's $225, okay? So this is very easy math, right? 550?
50 zone.
All right, $550 total, okay? You can pay it over the course of probation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm giving it to you under 771.1, non-reporting. You're not to commit any new crimes. And so you can't have any contact with law enforcement, no new cases. You cannot have any contact with Marla Malone. Okay, I don't know if you know her, if you've ever seen her before, but you have no contact with her. All right, so you're to pay your fines and costs of $550. That's for each of you. You have fines of $550. You can't pick up any new cases. You will be subject to non-reporting probation, and you're not to have any contact with Marla Malone. But I want to be clear, you will still have to meet with probation. You should go downstairs before you leave and set up, because you're gonna have to go over your orders with them, okay? And I'm also gonna write any other services deemed warranted. So if probation meets with you and think there's something that I did not add to this that I need to, part of your sentence is that you're going to comply with those terms as well.
Okay.
Okay? You are grown-ups. Grown-ups don't get into fights. We don't do it. So go down to probation before you leave, and I'm just writing any other services deemed warranted. So if they think there are terms that you should do that I haven't addressed, they'll give them to you. I'm also going to give each of you 1 day of community service, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
You'll get orders. They'll go over them with you. They'll set up an appointment to talk to you about all of this. Or otherwise, you're all set, okay? Just make
Thank
sure
you,
you
Your
go down.
Thank you, Your
All right, let's talk about that. This hearing in front of Judge Victoria for Shackelford had all the hallmarks of a classic district court session. Straightforward pleas, a little lecturing from the bench, and defendants who looked more embarrassed than anything else. Judge Shackelford's demeanor was professional, but also conversational. She wasn't just checking boxes. She was clearly trying to impress a lesson on the two defendants in front of her. She balanced firmness with empathy and even slipped in a bit of humor while reminding everyone that grown-ups don't get into fights. It was sharp, direct, and ultimately constructive. The case involved Miss Laura and Miss Dale Torrey, both charged with misdemeanor assault and battery after an altercation that, as the judge pointed out, never should have escalated. Both defendants came across as polite, soft-spoken, and a little mortified about the whole thing. When asked, they admitted they were embarrassed, and their yes ma'am answers to each question showed they weren't looking to argue. One of them tried to add something on behalf of her mother, but Judge Shackelford quickly cut that off, reminding her to listen to counsel. Their body language and tone suggested they were more ashamed than defiant, which likely factored into the court's approach. Defense counsel did a clean, efficient job. He confirmed there were no antagonistic defenses, made sure both clients were on the same page, and had no objection to representing them jointly. He also wisely didn't push back against the judge's observations. Sometimes the best advocacy is letting your client's remorse speak for itself. The prosecutor's role was minimal here, with no disputes over facts or procedure, and the focus remained squarely on sentencing. The most notable moment came when Judge Shackelford shifted gears into what felt like both a lecture and life advice session. She acknowledged that offensive things were said to the defendants, but emphasized that violent reactions are never the right response. Her words carried a kind of practical wisdom. You can't control what people say, only how you react. She even admitted that she herself can be a little high-strung and sensitive, which humanized the message while underscoring her point. It was a mix of empathy and authority. She understood why tempers flared, but made it clear that kind of reaction was unacceptable. The sentencing reflected that same balance. Both women received 12 months of non-reporting probation under a deferred statute, meaning no early termination because the charge was considered a serious misdemeanor. They were fined $550 each, ordered to perform 1 day of community service, and prohibited from contacting the complainant. Shackelford also left room for probation to impose additional services if deemed necessary. The defendants left with a clear roadmap: stay out of trouble, complete the community service, pay the fines, and avoid the complainant. Given their lack of criminal history, it was a sentence tailored to accountability without being unduly harsh. The overall courtroom atmosphere was calm but slightly heavy, with the sense of embarrassment from the defendants. Judge Shackelford kept it light at times, reminding them they were grown-ups who should know better, but never slipped into sarcasm or ridicule. It was firm, clear, and respectful, showing how a judge can use the moment not just to punish, but to teach. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one,